What's good, YouTube? We're back with another episode on the Ringo podcast. I'm so excited to jump into the topics for today. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. On this episode of the Ringo podcast, we're going to focus on this year's 2021 NFL draft class. We're going to break down some film, look at some stats, and then I'm going to basically give an overall assumption of how I think they're going to transition into the league. So, with that being said, let's get right into the content for today. All right, so I want to start with Justin Fields, who's a dominant quarterback and is my favorite rookie coming into this draft class. Justin is an absolute beast of a talent with a great arm. Justin is coming off back-to-back great season at OSU. I was hyped to see this guy fall to the Bears, who's been looking for the franchise quarterback, and I think Justin has a great chance to get a lot of big-time minutes early on and a chance to fight for the spot. Let's check out some of his tapes, and as you can see here in his stats, COVID kind of affected some of his stats, and they didn't play as many games. But as you'll see, the film speaks for itself. So let's dive right into it. So from play one, you can just already see he has no fear in the pocket as he stepped up and delivered a strike on the post route. This is one of my favorite plays from Justin this past season, as he was able to get to the corner and spin in for 6. This was elite right here. Definitely going to need this in the NFL, and I think this part of his game would transition just fine, just as well as the passing. I think if Justin's able to show that he's able to make these plays on his feet, I think Chicago fans will fall in love with his play style, and he'll do just fine for the organization. Next play, you see Justin shows just how tough he is, how he stays in the pocket. That really could have been roughing the passer, but that was a great throw, great catch, even though he got one and we need 2 at the next level. But college standpoint, that was a great catch. Next up, you see Justin's able to throw it to the receiver's back shoulder. I'm sure they ran this a million times a day, but in a game sense, it just looks so perfect, guys. He was able to throw it to where his receiver's the only one that can get it. Accurate throw, great throw by Justin. And I see here that they send the tight end up the seam, and I know a lot of NFL teams have been transitioning into running this play because it's always wide open and it confuses the safety. So Justin's showing his ability that he can do that. And as you see here, on a lot of his throws, the receiver never has to slow up. It's either they're lunging or they have to run right under it, which is perfect for the next level because a lot of times in NFL, they're a lot faster. So that's just a walk-in touchdown. There he gets it to the tight end in a corner route because the defense had to stay home. And you feel me? That's just what he brings to the table is he's just going to confuse a lot of teams. And I think overall, Justin's going to do well in the league, and I'm excited to see how he does. Up, we got Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts' nickname is literally the freak of nature. And when you take a look at this guy, you can already see he is a man among boys. Kyle was selected with the 4th overall pick, making him the highest drafted tight end in the common draft era. And I believe Kyle can easily win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he's able to transition well into the NFL and is given a big role, like I'm already knowing the Falcons are expecting him to have and he's expecting to have. But let's check out some of his highlights. When watching his highlights, you can already see why everyone wanted to draft this guy if they had a top 10 pick. And I'm sure the Falcons are excited that they drafted him and are ready to see what he can bring to the table. I mean, as you can already see from the first clip, Kyle is just a different tight end. As he's running a seam route and burning the safeties for an easy touchdown, he's just completely different. And once the ball's in his hand, no one's going to be able to tackle him in the secondary. So that's scary. Kyle's able to go up and get the ball with multiple defenders on him, which is going to be a plus because it's going to be a nightmare matchup. As in the NFL, they may try to one-on-one him with the linebacker, and Kyle's going to easily win that when he's going to force him to bring his safety over top. As he's able to win that back shoulder with the high-touted corner as well in J.C. Horn, so he's showing that he's able to compete with the best. So that was a great clip for him right there. And I love his swagger about him. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the Falcons fans are going to fall in love with how he plays and how he carries himself as a young football player. I'm definitely excited to see how he's able to transition with the Falcons and into the league. See how he's able to go up and just high point the ball Like, as a quarterback, like, this is definitely your dream receiver. You just really have to throw that thing up there, and he's going to go get it regardless, no matter who's down there. Over the shoulder catch, great ball by the quarterback. That's easy all day. But yeah, overall, you guys can see why this guy was drafted so highly. And I'm excited to see this guy ball out for the Falcons. So let's get it, Kyle. All right, so next up, we got Trey Lance. Trey Lance was taken second off the board to the 49ers. I'm not going to lie and say I had a chance to see Trey Lance a lot because I know he was affected a lot by COVID. But after he was taken off the board, I was able to really dive in and do a lot of research and watch a lot of film on this guy. And he definitely has a big arm talent who can definitely make plays with his feet as well. So I think the 49ers have definitely found their quarterback that they were looking for in a West Coast type of offense. And I'm excited to see how this young man transitions into the league. All right, so let's get into these highlights. So you can already see in the first play, this guy's able to get it done on his feet, how he's able to bounce off a lot of defenders as he's a big guy. I think this guy can definitely have a chance to make a name for himself on the feet, but it's his arm that's definitely going to be the big seller for him. Perfect ball. Receiver caught it in stride, touchdown. Coming up is my favorite play of his highlight tape. Take a look at this. Stay down, dude. Dude was injured. So, like, after seeing that, you can see why so many coaches are so high end on this guy. And I think he has a lot of potential, especially if he's able to translate so well. And I think, like I said, with that West Coast offense, I think this guy would be just fine. And I'm definitely excited to see how this guy transition. But y'all let me know in the comments below what quarterbacks y'all would have took first off the board. I got a guy that's coming up, and I know a lot of you guys been wondering where he's been at. And I couldn't make this list without including the #1 pick. So next up, we got Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. Look at his stats for a second, and you can just clearly see this guy was playing Road to Glory. As you can see in this play right here, he throws a simple fade route to T. Higgins, who's on the Bengals now. But anyway, this is a simple pat and go. And if this is basically showing that if he has any guys who can go up and make a play, this is what he's capable of doing. He's just going to deliver the ball to him and let them make a play. On this play, you see how calm and collective he is in the pocket, and he delivers a strike. And like I said, from then on, he lets the receiver do his job. So he's doing his job, and he's letting these guys make plays for him. So that's perfect. Here's a play where he's running on the run. Ooh, and he delivers a strike to the receiver where the defender couldn't even do anything about it. It was just a great throw. That was a great, great throw. Another pat and go. That was just too easy. That was way too easy. Touchdown. But, like, as you see his footwork and how he's able to deliver that strike. Like, I mean, I honestly see why he's the #1 pick. He's definitely deserving of it. I'm not saying that, but I definitely will look forward to seeing how things work out with the Jaguars. But if you just pay attention to his mechanics, his quarterback mechanics, and before he's ready to load the throw, you'll see why he's so successful. It's just the same routine every time. It's just like he has it down, and he's definitely deserving. He's deserving. He's the one for real. He has that back shoulder throw. He has that capability. I mean, I think the sky's the limit for this guy. Next up, we got Jalen Waddle out of Alabama, who went round 1, pick 6 to the Dolphins. Jalen was hurt a lot this year, but to see him fight his way back and come back in the championship, even though he wasn't 100%, just really showed how much of a dog this dude really is. And he's really a speed demon. And I'm honestly hoping nothing for the best in the transition with him going back to play alongside of Tua. So I'm definitely interested in that. But with that being said, let's get right into these highlights. His first play, you can see just how explosive Jalen Waddle can be in open field as he's able to beat defenders that even have leverage on him and still get to the end zone for 6. So that's great. On this next play, Jalen shows the ability to get 2 in even while he's flying to the sideline. So that'll be big going to Miami. This was a great ball by Tua and hitting Jalen in the back of the end zone. So that's definitely foreshadowing what's to come. That was a strike by Tua. And Jalen's easily able to run under it and lunge for it and move the chains. That really could have been a walk-in touchdown, but really it could have been overthrown for anybody else, just showing that Jalen has that speed to make up for even balls that may be overthrown. This is a great chance to show some explosiveness from Jalen. And this play right here is a simple slant, which is also for him called the bye-bye, because you see there's nobody near to touch him. And this is an easy way to get to the end zone for Jalen, and he did it time and time again while at Alabama. This is really Jalen's bread and butter right here, which really got him to the 6th pick. As you can see how explosive this guy can be in special teams. I definitely look forward to seeing this guy show what he can do in special teams in Miami, and I'm definitely hoping that that ankle has healed all the way, as they definitely would give him that role. Here's a simple corner route that Jalen broke his ankles and moves the chains. That's all they need. My take on Jalen is that he would transition just fine into the NFL, and all the stuff that he was able to do in college he would do because he's just that fast. Next up, we got the first corner taken off the board at the 8th pick to the Carolina Panthers, and J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this guy plays, because I know his dad was a great receiver, and, you know, his son is a corner. So I definitely think that his pops would be in his ear telling him all the good types of moves and stuff. But I'm pretty sure they already been past that. And JC is trying to make his own name. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this guy balls out. But I want to show you guys his highlights and basically see how he might transition into the NFL. So let's get right into it. In this first clip, you guys will see that JC is capable of playing that slot corner role, which is definitely important to making that transition. Right here, he does a great job of playing through the hands of a receiver who has strong hands and making that ball come out. He's able to come up and lay the boom, which is definitely important in making that transition. So far, so good. He's able to stay true on the route, recovers, and the ball is overthrown. That's what you ask for a corner. Never give up on the play. He's staying in the receiver's hip very well, and that's definitely frustrated being a former receiver, as the corner is just all over you. So that's great. He definitely displays the ability to come in and lay the boom on the quarterback and get that ball out. So that's also going to be huge in his transition role, especially in Carolina. I know they love their defensive guys, and I think he'll definitely be a perfect fit in their system and what they want to do, just because about how he's able to play and how he plays the game with that type of swagger. And his ability to play through the ball is just unmatched. So I definitely see why this guy was taken first off the board at that corner spot, even though I had Patrick Surtain at that spot. But I can definitely see why J.C. Horn was taken. And if I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, I wouldn't even be mad about that choice, because this guy is definitely someone that you guys will fall in love with through his play and his heart and if so is on the field. So that's a plus side. And I'm definitely going to be rooting for this guy. And I'm definitely going to be keeping tabs and keeping you guys updated on his play throughout the season. But y'all let me know what y'all think about J.C. Horn. Should he have been the second corner, the third corner? Because I know that's definitely a big debate in this past draft. But I think he'll be just fine. But let me know what y'all think. Next up, we got Patrick Surtain, the second, who was drafted 9th overall to the Denver Broncos. And I personally had this guy going off number 1, at least in the corner prospects. But he was the second, and I think he's definitely a great NFL prospect. Just like I said with JC, you know, his father then came through, and he already done experienced that. So I think there's nothing to really worry about if you're a Broncos fan. And this is the 2020 Defensive Player of the Year. So as a Broncos fan, you guys definitely got somebody to definitely come in and change that environment and fill that void from all those DBs you guys have lost. In this first clip, you can already see just how physical this guy can play, and he does a great job of playing through the hands and completion. He's a great man-to-man coverage corner, and he's definitely physical and can make tackles. His bread and butter is the ability to take pick sixes back to the crib, but that's always something you can expect from DBs coming out of Alabama. Like I said, he's just a great man-to-man coverage corner. You won't have to worry about the guy he's matched up on too much. And I think he'll transition just fine in the Broncos. And I know they'll give him that role because they're understanding that he'll have help around him with a lot of veterans. So I think this guy would definitely be able to flourish his first couple seasons. And then from then on, he'll just be an absolute force to reckon with on the DB island by himself. great play recognition, comes up, help his teammate, and completion. Man-to-man lockdown coverage corner. I definitely look forward to keeping tabs on this guy with the Broncos. Like I said, I know this guy would be a great force for them. And I'm just excited and happy for this guy because he's coming from Alabama. So I know there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, but I know he'll be all right. And they're going to try him. But good luck with that because, like I said, and you guys can see here first, this guy is a true lockdown corner. And he's going to be an offensive coordinator nightmare coming up in the future. And I think he'll transition just fine, like I said, and this guy's going to be a beast. So stay tuned and keep my word on that. Up, we got this year's 2020 Heisman winner, Devontae Smith out of Alabama, who was drafted 10th overall to the Philadelphia Eagles, which was a great pick for them because they've been looking for that guy who can really take the top off the defense. And I definitely believe Devontae can be that guy for them. Although his big question mark was his ability and his physical standpoint from being a little smaller. But as you can see in the tape, it's hard over size all the time. And I say that if you got that dog in you, anything is possible. And Devontae is living proof of that. But with that being said, let's check out this highlight. You can see in his first clip, Devontae's ability to break down the corner, come back and make a play on the ball and move the sticks, which was his bread and butter this season. Devontae's great at going up and making a play on the ball, and he's able to get 2 feet in, which is going to be huge for this transition. This whole season, they called him the Slim Reaper during his Heisman stint, and you can see why in this film. He was really unguardable this whole season. And he definitely filled that void when Jalen Waddle got hurt. So kudos to Devontae for stepping up and making a true name for himself as he's able to bring home that Heisman Trophy winner, which was the first receiver to win it in I'm not sure exactly how long, but I know it's been a while. So congrats to Devontae on that. And I know he'll definitely make a name for himself in the NFL, and he'll have a lot of people watching him, myself included. So go ahead and kudos to you, bro. But back to his film, you can just see how he glides through the air, how fast he is, how quick, and it's just everything comes together for him, and it's really a DB nightmare. So I'm going to be looking forward to see him and Jalen Hurts pair back up together. And you guys let me know down in the comments if you guys think this pair or duo would be dominant for years to come in the NFL, because I'm curious. But I'm definitely rocking with Devontae, and I hope the best for him. So next up, we got my boy Austin Watkins Jr. out of UAB, who went undrafted, who signed to the 49ers. This guy is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I'm calling it here now. He's going to definitely make a name for himself. And I just want to say congratulations to bruh, but y'all stay tuned, and let's check out his highlight tape. Austin Watkins is a receiver out of UAB who has great route running and great hands and the ability to take the top off the defense. Knowing this guy personally, I know he's going to flourish in his opportunity. And I want to say shout outs to bruh for staying true to the grind and making his dreams come true. As you guys can see there, he's able to go up and make a play on the ball. That's an easy 6 for bro, touchdown. Celebrations on. But like I've been saying, this guy has a chance to come in here and definitely make the team. I definitely look forward to seeing him play in the preseason, and I'm going to keep tabs on him. But if y'all don't know, bro, go ahead and tune in, check out his highlights. Austin Watkins, UAB receiver. Like I said, the ability to move the chains is just, you cannot match that. And his ability to take the top off the defense is just, he's just too fast with that route running. It's just unstoppable combination. So I know bro would transition into the league, and I know he's going to flourish in his opportunity. Look at that. Pinkies together, touchdown. That's perfect. Over the shoulder catch. Showing his ability to get it done in a short game. In the NFL, that's a block sealed, and that's a chance to take it home for 6. list of rookies that I'm looking forward to watching. I know there's a lot more, but y'all let me know in the comments below. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell to stay updated on everything I got coming up. Make sure y'all follow me at Ringo Podcast on Twitter. Hit me up on email to let me know what you guys want discussed. Let me know, and I'll deliver that for y'all. But thank y'all for sitting through another episode of the Ringo Podcast. And that concludes episode 3. Y'all have a blessed one.